Hi guys, Dave Wellington here from the Plus 500 Brumbies. You've probably seen us on the sideline carrying a kit bag. Today we're going to take you through what we carry in our pitch side bag. So, first thing we've got is the Elastoplast towel, crucial for trying to make sure that if we have got any sweat on the skin that we want to apply tape to, that we remove that first. And also in the event that there's blood, we would use this to try and stem the flow initially, making sure that it's obviously only a single use. What you can see through here is that we've got some 2-inch and some 3-inch hand tearable elastic adhesive bandage, okay, EAB. Very good for overwrap. Quite often the players will refer to it as overwrap. Good for keeping tape in place, and also really good for adding a little bit of stretch and support for some of the more rigid tapes we use for stability. A nice addition that we've had recently to our supplies from Elastoplast has been the different colour. So a lot of the guys are interested in the black EAB now. Again, really good tool for trying to hold tape into place and using as an overwrap, some support for the rigid tape. We've got here some Tape P, okay? Really nice, tightly woven rigid tape. Provides really good support. We use that quite often for our shoulders, just to make sure we've got that extra stiffness when we're placing the tape on. So we use that in around the shoulder. Overwrap and support that we use for that is an Elastoplast non-hand tearable EAB. So we need to use scissors to cut this, but it's really good for the shoulders. Got that extra bit of stiffness, but still enough give that the boys can still move. Then what we have here is quite often the boys will refer to this as finger tape. This is 25mm rigid. Again, we use that as an underwrap to provide some stability, typically in around our thumbs and fingers. Slightly thinner tape so it can get into those grooves really nicely. And then the stock standard tape that we typically would use is our 38mm rigid. Okay, so for garden variety injuries and ankles typically, knee tape, we'll use the 38mm for that. We also carry some 1-inch or 25mm overwrap or hand tearable EAB. Again, just provides some extra support for the thumb when we're usually using it for that, and also means that the tape won't rip, so it gives it that bit of extra support. Another thing that we carry is the Leuco underwrap. So again, what we use this for here, the Leuco wrap, is to provide a nice contact directly onto the skin. It helps to protect the skin, but also, again, like I was saying, gives us good support across the skin when we're actually getting the tape in. Move into the front part of the bag in through here. We usually carry 2 types of scissors. So we've got our surgical scissors for cutting thinner type fabric. But we also carry our Elastoplast scissors because they're crucial for trying to get through some of the thicker tape. Once we've put a couple of layers on, these guys are really useful for cutting through the thicker stuff. Always got some black electrical tape to try and, again, hold tape into place. Typically we'll use that over the top of our hand tearable EAB. Can't go anywhere when we're working pitch side without our gloves, okay? We always try and make sure that we've got a glove on each hand, in good infection control for both us and for the player. Look, to be honest, guys, that's really it. We've got a couple of small plasters. Some of our guys suffer from asthma, so we always make sure we have an asthma inhaler present. And then we've got some normal saline for wound irrigation in the event that there's an open wound on the field. Okay guys, I hope that's been really helpful for you guys to see what we carry in our pitch side bags, and hopefully you guys can use that to keep your players safe just like we do.